Hello YouTube, what's up? My name is Chicken Fried Rice, and today we are going to be playing some Team Fortress 2. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got a new microphone, and boy does it sound good. I've tested a few times, just to make sure that the audio settings are all good, but yeah, so far it's been doing really well. So today we're going to be playing some Team Fortress 2 on the map Payload Badwater. I'm going to be playing as a aggressive engineer with the mini sentry gun for most of the game. Eventually I'll switch to regular sentry gun. I prefer playing with a mini sentry gun because when you play with a mini sentry gun, it just gives you you're more aggressive with a mini sentry gun. That's all I really got to say, because when you play with the regular sentry guns, you just end up camping in a corner. I'm not that kind of engineer. I don't like doing that. It really is boring, and it really ruins the entertainment part of the game. But some people find it fun. I do it at one point in the game, and I just start racking up kills because my sentry is murdering people. But I find the mini sentry gun is a good thing. Now, a lot of people might disagree with me, but the mini sentry gun is not there to kill, but to distract and remove health. Because when you put a mini sentry gun down in Team Fortress 2, it kills people every once in a while. But really, all it does is attract their attention, so it draws fire away from your teammates or from you, so you can shoot them, or they can just murder people. And they're quick to set up. When at the beginning of the game, the purpose of a mini sentry gun is to slow them down, so like that your engineers have time to build a nest. And if you guys don't know what an engineer nest is, it's when an engineer sets up all his gear in this good strategical corner and he murders people like that. Like, someone walks by, boom, his sentry gun gets someone. That's for all you non-Team Fortress 2 players. But if you're non-Team Fortress 2 players, I highly recommend you guys getting this game. Why do I say that? Because it is free. All you have to do is download Steam, and you get to play Team Fortress 2 for free. What a deal, eh? And you don't have all the stuff you have access to if you would have bought the game, but it is still a great game to be playing, even though it's for free. Team Fortress 2, oh my god. Came out in 2007. Still a very popular game. I love it. I've always loved it. And it's impressive how a mod turned into something that a studio wanted to develop into a game. It's like right there, it was a good example. I killed one guy with my mini sentry just because he wasn't paying attention. So the mini sentry is auto aim, so it's better than when you're shooting someone with a shotgun. But what you have to do when you're using mini sentry guns is you have to shoot them with your shotgun too, because mini sentry guns don't have that kind of damage to take people down on their own. So what you want to do is shoot at the person. Duh. Don't bring a wrench to a gunfight. So this game, big spoiler alert, okay? If you guys don't want a spoiler, I'm going to tell you right now. Spoiler coming up. Our team loses. Already you can tell we're getting steamrolled. 3 minutes in, and they've already gone through 2 of the 4 points on Badwater. Here we managed to slow them down a bit, you know. And then when I realized that I can't play the mini sentry class anymore because there was no other engineer on my team, and the mini sentry is only really useful if you have other engineer, because what it does is it buys time for your other engineer to build up a nest and then create like a blockade. The thing is that I had no other engineer, so my sentry gun was only slowing him down, wasn't stopping him dead in their tracks. And that's what you need when you're defending in Team Fortress 2. You literally need to make it an impossible situation where everyone's like, fuck, I hate these people. And there was this really good sniper this game. Kept killing everyone. Killed me a few times. I jumped off and boom, headshot. He was using that sniper rifle from one of the updates. And I know that's not specific because Team Fortress 2 has had so many updates. There's so many weapons on this game. Not even Call of Duty can match this. The amount of weapons you have in Team Fortress 2, unbelievable. I think like every class got at least 4 weapons by now, and they are all getting more and more every single day. But yeah, that's how it's going right now. So you know, we're not even close to the halfway point for the game. This is just like the 1/3 point. trying to slow him down. You know. Oh, and the problem is the mini sentry can get taken down really easily. It's can be taken down by one rocket or one direct hit, whatever, as long as the rocket or the grenade from the grenade launcher hits the mini sentry directly, the mini sentry will not stand a chance. So what you want to do is put it somewhere where it's not going to be in the line of fire, but somewhere where it can pick on people, and they're going to want to take that out because it's a pain in their ass. It might end up killing a few people, and all it does is really stall them. So right there was an engineer nest, if you guys noticed. I just walked by in progress, but eventually that engineer switched because the enemy weren't arriving as quickly as he wanted them to. So he decided, oh well, I'm done waiting, I'm just gonna go and play. So that didn't work great, but you know, you work with what you get, you know? Life is not perfect, eh? So, everything's going well ahead. I am leaving for New York City in 2 days. I'm very happy about that, but, no, actually there is no but. It's New York City, yeah! That's all I got to talk about right now. I have to say, I'm missing the one thing that would make this class better is the shotgun that gives you crits when for the amount of kills your sentry got when it dies. I had that shotgun, and then I crafted it like the idiot I was, and then I realized, oh shit, this works really well with the mini sentry, and the mini sentry is really effective if you have that shotgun, because what happens is your mini sentry always gets like 1 or 2 kills. So that sniper just keeps getting me the whole game. But talking about mini sentries is the whole game you just keep getting kills with your mini sentry, a couple kills, and every time your sentry gets blown up, well then you spawn with a crit shotgun, and that's great because then you can do some real damage. A crit shotgun can take down so much health out of someone. Right now I placed my mini sentry in a random location, but it was just there to bug people. Sadly, mini sentries and crit soldiers and stuff like that don't really do anything. And right here is a typical case of Team Fortress 2 server disconnect. I was lucky because I recovered, but somehow my guy fell through the glass that the bomb thing was protecting, I think. Wait, what? Yes, not the bomb thing. The glass where the bomb goes and then everyone blows up and everyone dies kind of thing. So here I'm still playing with my mini sentry, but soon I realized, you know, if I keep playing with my mini sentry, we're going to lose in the next minute or two. So what I decided to do is take the sacrifice for the team, build an engineer nest, and you know what? It paid off. We did not win the game, but we stalled a good 4 minutes. Now, if we would have had an engineer making engineer nests the whole game, that would have been great. But I find myself to be more of an offensive engineer, so whenever I play, I like to use the mini sentries, which is also one of the things. When you're on the attacking team, you don't often see engineers, and most of them just build an engineer nest. You want to have an engineer nest, except without a sentry, just to teleport in the dispenser. And after that, you go around building mini sentries right in the middle of the field. So like that, if the enemy tries to push you back, because you're pushing too far into their territory, they won't be able to, because there's a mini sentry right in the middle of their path. So I just spent about 8 minutes, well, no, not 8 minutes, 9 minutes of this whole entire video talking about mini sentries. Hope you guys have learned a bit about engineer tactics with the mini sentries. So anyways, right now is when I build up this engineer nest, and right now is just the enemies get stopped dead in their tracks because they keep trying to push, and they realize, oh shit, they smartened up, they've got engineers. You need engineers to win a game, but you can't have too many, because you don't want to oversaturate it and make it a spy house, because, yeah, pretty much. Spies are an engineer's worst enemy, and if you have too many engineers and not enough of the other classes, well then, you're dependent on your engineers, which can easily be taken out by the spies. So, it's a rock, paper, scissors formula. It's kind of like Ruse. Everything has a counter to it. And it's a very balanced game, I find. A lot of people find the engineer classes overpowered in Team Fortress 2. It is not, because it's a very defensive class, and if there wouldn't be any engineers, the defensive team would always lose in TF2. every, like, always. When I say always, I mean every single time, no exceptions, unless you like have some pro gamer team against a bunch of noobs, which is the only exception, which is possible, but then you have to get a bunch of your friends together and try and see what you can do. But yeah, Team Fortress 2. If any of you guys have ever played the original Team Fortress, I'm pretty sure not many of you have. It's possible that a couple of you have. The original Team Fortress was a mod of the Half-Life 2, and it was an amazing game. It did not look this good, and the classes weren't as broken down as they are today, but it was still that same idea of the 7 classes. The Engineers, Defense, Pyros, Flamethrower, all those things had that idea. And then when Team Fortress 2 got announced, came all the personalities that came with the soldiers. They made the demo man a black Scottish man with one eye, and gave him his personality. That's what I like about the game. The game gives every single class its own personality. You have the heavy weapons guy, who all he can think about is shooting people with guns, and the engineer, who's just like the wise guy. So I like that about the game, because it gives you a little bit of diversity, might I say. And you guys are like, how does Team Fortress 2 relate to diversity? Well, imagine just playing Battlefield, except all the players sound the same and all that. And Battlefield is kind of like that. One thing that would be crazy fun in Battlefield is if they were to start giving, for certain nations, the classes their own personalities. Like, they would say things, not just like, oh, put that motherfucker down, like retarded stuff that's very enjoyable to listen to, but not thing that would remove Battlefield from the game. It is, because Battlefield is awesome the way it is, and there's nothing that can go wrong with Battlefield. Are you kidding me? Battlefield is like the best game ever, but you don't know that for sure. We'll see that for sure at the Spike Video Game Awards this year, eh? It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But the Spike Video Game Awards are not exactly the best. They're really the most official awards, but I'm also going to watch the IGN Awards, which is the Inside Gaming Awards, which is like Machinima's version of that. Because the Spike TV Awards is like 5 hours for no reason, and they stick a bunch of video game trailers there, which is the only reason why a lot of people watch it, is to see the video game trailers. Because after that, all you can do is go on their website and check out who won what. So it's no big deal. No need to panic over it or freak out. So that is my opinion on the Spike Video Game Awards. But I still enjoy watching them. Why? Because they give me a perspective on all the different games. Sometimes I learn about games that haven't even come out. So that's really a cool thing to do. That's why I like to watch Inside Gaming and shows like that, because you learn about games that you never knew about before, which is very good. So anyways, we are approaching the end of the game. Right here is there going to come an Uber charge around the corner. Yeah, spoiler alert. And my engineer nest, which is everything that was holding us together, is going to die. Look at this. My engineer nest dies. In the next 30 seconds, we lose the game. Look at that. Just to show you how much I was holding my team up. Like, seriously, that's pretty impressive, the fact that I was holding my team up like that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. As always, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.